What is this thing that came to?
That's a candle. I love lighting candles while I do creative work. That was just like a
Love it.
for your breathing pleasure.
My breathing pleasure.
Yes. What show are you doing tonight?
I'm doing a show. It's an improv show. It's called Rat Scraps, and at a place called Caveat on the Lower East Side of Manchester.
I've never seen you do improv live.
Oh no?
It's a mistake.
It's a look.
It's a problem. So I just want to explain to people, we're just going to do a play date and talk about Jeff Hiller joy and inner. Does it smell good? It's hard to buy it. Yeah?
Yeah, it's what is it? It's
What is it?
lychee.
Yeah.
Panjori lychee.
Lychee to me sounds, it's like fresh.
Fresh.
It goes with the vibe.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you just mute yourself? I can't hear you.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Sorry, I was getting a phone call and I think it got a little wonky.
Oh. I thought you were trying to say something to someone. And I was like, it's that Zoom thing.
No.
You know?
Someone from Fort Myers, Florida was calling me. I don't know anybody in Fort Myers, Florida. So I said, no, thank you.
No, thank you. I'm not available. Let me put myself. We're just going to do this while we talk, right? There's no plan.
I guess so. I don't know. You're the one that's in charge.
Well, I just want to do it, but if you need any guidance on drawing, you let me know.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
people talking to us.
Yeah, people. Hi, people. We're new. I'm new to lives. Jeff is a pro, but people want you to go to London.
I'm too young for Florida. God bless whoever said that.
God bless everyone. Goodbye. Jeff, you sent me this picture. I'm going to show everyone in case they didn't see it because, you guys, this is baby Jeff.
Yeah.
And can you please tell me about this day and this robe and this hat and whatever story comes with this picture?
Well, I don't know the story. I guess I was playing dress up one day. I don't know. Who
were you with?
That was my sister, and she would often kind of like dress me up, play with me or whatever. Yeah, but this is so impressive. This stuff.
Oh, it's a professional quality. Well, because I want you to use it after today. I want you to be so happy.
So tell me about your business. You like running a business that's like...
Yes. So I launched a business. It's called Being Creative. And the point of it, the mission of it is to sort of raise joy specifically in career and sort of be inspire people to be braver and give them tools to step into sort of like their creative genius.
Wow. Oh, that's cool.
It's exciting. I am loving it. And it's also the company that I want to produce my projects through, you know?
So like eventually it would be
it's a media and education.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm so
I know.
impressed.
Well, I just felt like creativity for me has sort of like cracked the code to being in this long term and enjoying the not being there, whatever that means. And I sort of feel like a lot of the vibe in this industry was very heavy and cynical and, I mean, for good reason, but like sort of sad. And I wanted to bring some light.
Oh,
Which honestly is why I'm so honored you're here, because every stage, camera, rehearsal room you jump into, you really bring a burst of joy. It's like your brand. You make people around you.
A burst or a birth?
A both. But I would say a burst. But you do, it's like you're such a yes person. You're so down to play. I love Jeff Hiller.
I love you. What Wait,
Yes.
we up here. That's it. Up here.
What?
That was the show we were in together. Up
We
here.
were
Or no.
in a show called Up Here in La Jolla
Oh,
Playhouse.
yeah. Not Bright Star. We're in Up Here.
Yes. Written by brilliant people, directed by brilliant people.
They made it into a TV show.
I know. I didn't get to audition.
Me neither.
Excuse me.
Huh?
But we're not talking about TV, but it's great.
Oh, right.
Anyway,
We can talk about something that we're not promoting.
no, we're not. Oh, that's true. I was gonna ask you, when you were little, how did you spend your alone time? Like, how did you have fun by yourself? In a clean.
I didn't draw when I was little. I know I made us draw, but I didn't really draw much when I was little. I played with action figures, but I made them into dolls.
How? With what?
Well, well, first of all, I heavily favored the female action figures.
Great.
You know, your Leia, your Wonder Woman,
Your Wonder Woman.
your
What about Xena?
Xena?
Xena wasn't Xena a warrior princess?
Yeah, but I didn't have any of her action figures. I'm a little older than you, so I think Xena was maybe I was already in like junior high or high school.
No, I never played with her. She's just one of the few like badass
action figures, plastic dolls. Let's be real. Amen to that. I agree.
Yes. Yes.
And I used to make all of the girl action figures dresses. I had this is so weird, but I would take gum wrappers and I would form dresses and a clutch out of
Like metallic. Oh my god! Wait, that's amazing. Did you use like glue and stuff?
Huh?
Did you just like glue? Like, did you make like avant-garde?
Mold it to their bodies, you know. It had some sticking.
Oh my god! Did you ever think about being fashion person?
No, I mean I have a subscription to Vogue, and I enjoy, you know, watching Angelica.
Yes. Stop calling that. Who?
From Morocco.
Oh, I feel like you should go on Do Not Disturb. I got you with time.
I did. I am on Do Not Disturb. How
did Morocco get through?
I don't know.
It's okay.
Well, purses out of duct tape. Sorry about that. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Oh my god, I love purses out of duct tape.
Me too, like a clutch?
Yes. And so when did you fall in love with performing? Like, when did that start?
Well, what I really remember
Yes.
is, do you know that movie E.T.?
Yes, I do.
And I was young. I was like 4, and I told my mom, I was like, "Oh my God, I'm really worried about Elliot or whatever."
Yeah.
And she was like, "It's not real. They're child actors." And like, I would like to be a child actor, please.
I applied. Please put my name down.
She said I couldn't be. She said I was tall.
Wait, where did you grow up?
Texas, San Antonio, Texas.
Yes. Wait, that's really close to me.
Where were you?
I was
Monterrey?
in Monterrey, Mexico, but San Antonio was like our shopping.
I know, well, because that's so funny. Because I used to work retail, so I did know that a lot of people from Monterrey would come up to San Antonio. But also my one friend in junior high who only talked to me in PE class, he was from Monterrey.
There's so much to unpack.
Huh?
That was so many things in one sentence.
Well, but we would only talk in PE, but he and I both hated PE. Hi from Tulsa. Hi, Tulsa. And so in PE, we would walk the track and we would talk. And he told me all about Monterrey, and it sounded really wonderful. And I've always wanted to go there, but I've never been there.
Oh my goodness. I love that. But what do you mean he was your only friend?
I didn't have any friends.
So what did you do to entertain yourself?
Well, like how old? I guess I didn't have any friends in junior high. I had them in like elementary school, I guess. My neighbors.
Yeah.
But I spent a lot of time. Well, I watched a lot of TV,
Yes.
and I action figures were a big thing. And what else did I do?
Play with your sister?
I would doodle. No, my sister was 6 years older than me. She, bless. She was sort of like,
Yeah.
she was like,
Your only sibling?
yeah. How many do you have?
I have 3 brothers, all boys.
3?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, that's so many.
It is so many. But I love all of them.
Did you get along with all of them? Or like, were you closer to one than another?
I feel like I had eras for each one.
My God.
My oldest brother was like, I was obsessed with him. He's 8 years older than me, so he was like the man to aspire to have one day. You know what I mean? In a non-creepy way. And then I had a moment in my teenage years where the next one down was like everything. And right now I'm in my little brother era. He's the best. Yeah, that's where I love all of them. I should say I'm in the all of them era, but yes.
Hey, I won't tell.
What?
I won't tell. You can be in whatever era you want.
Thank you. I'm live now, so great. I wanted to know, do you remember the moment you decided you were going to go be a performer?
You mean like professionally? Like I was actually going to do it?
Yeah, that you're like, you know what? I'm going to be an actor.
Yeah, I had applied to grad school. So right after college. My mom.
What did you go to college for?
I went to. I do have a theater degree, but also a theology degree, and so I went to. Oh, this isn't the right Reddit. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I went to college. And I loved performing, but it was like I lived in Texas. I went to this tiny little like a Christian school. It was Texas Lutheran College.
Okay.
It was like a liberal arts degree, but it wasn't like UCSD or Yale or some shit. You know what I mean? It was like it was the theater degree was sort of like. I got it because I had taken too many acting classes.
It just made sense.
Get a theater degree, and all you have to do is write a paper. And I was like, oh.
Enter. I love that.
And then I was theology. Because see, I studied abroad my junior year, and when I came back, they were like, you have to declare a major, and if you want, you can get a theology major or a theater major. And I was like, I'll get both of them. And then I didn't want to take Hebrew, so I just got a theology minor.
Oh, what was the reason for theology? What was the?
Well, I was really into church, and I thought maybe I wanted to be a pastor or a pastor. But then, when I came out of the closet, no longer an option.
Oh my God.
So then I became a social worker, and I worked in Denver for 3 years. I did this like sort of church-based AmeriCorps program in Denver. Yeah, I just did this solo show where I talked all about this. Will I host
Oh my God. Are you going to do it again? Can you come to LA? I'll produce it.
Good, that'd be great.
Great.
I'd like to go to LA. I would. I'd like to take it on tour.
Oh my God, yes. So many people are asking if you're gonna like come, please come do your thing in front of us. So
come do your thing in front of us. Yeah.
I read that many times.
Yeah. Well, that'd be amazing. I would love to do that.
Yeah.
If it has a way to do that, let me know. And I will. But so I was a social worker for 3 years.
Yes.
And then I went to get my master's in social work from NYU. And I told everyone that that's why I was moving to New York.
Oh, so smart.
And me, I was like, I'm going to try and
Do the thing.
Exactly. Do the thing. Like a Bassett.
Yeah. Oh, Angela.
Exactly. I was doing the thing. And so I went to my first day of class, and then I deferred for a year.
Oh. And you were like, this is not the class I want to be in.
Yeah, this is not the class.
Not the place. No.
What am I looking for? And so then I never went back. I never went back. And I already knew I was going to do that, but I was afraid to tell people because I was like a little embarrassed and ashamed of leaving social work to be, you know.
An artist?
Yeah.
Like it was selfish or something?
Well, yeah, I mean, here I was leaving to do improv, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Like I used to help homeless youth, and now
I feel like now you help more people though, Jeff.
A friend of mine was like, "You're still helping people. You're making them laugh," and I was like, "Does that mean helping people if I have a bad show?" And she was like, "Yeah."
Yes, because bad shows are part of the deal. You can't do the good ones without the bad ones. So, no, and like so many people have told me that what a like of joy they get from watching you. It's real. And I said like, oh, he's such a sweet guy, and like makes sense because this is a very special thing. And I'm like, yeah, it's true. So okay, so you said no to this, but you were still in New York, lost in guilt.
So I said no to my social work degree, and then I went to, so I started taking classes and performing at this place called the Upright Citizens Brigade.
Yes. I got to level 3.
What's that? You got to level 3?
Level 3.
And I taught level 3. Okay.
I know you did. You were the star.
Star or stupid, something like that.
I love it. You were like the one to look like, to aspire to be.
Wow. That's what I did for 20 years.
What?
And while I was there, I met all sorts of performers and actors.
Yes.
When my level 1 class, my teacher came in and was like, "Good news, everybody. Poehler got on SNL." And I didn't even know who Amy Poehler was.
Oh my God.
And then I was like, of course, then I started going to this show called Ass Cat, and she played. So then
She played what?
She played every week in this show called Ass Cat.
Oh God.
And then
we're a big Amy Poehler house.
People there, so sometimes you'd see Tina Fey, and somebody just said you're only 38. Plus 10.
Bless you.
Anyhow, you would see like Rachel Dratch and Tina Fey and Horatio Sands, and it was this really exciting time.
Oh my God, yes.
And then I remember this guy who like doesn't know me at all, but he had this blog. He had this blog called, I don't know what it was called, like an actor something or other, and it was all about how he was like trying to break into the biz, and he was the performer at the UCB as well.
Mm-hmm.
It was Bob Wiltfong. He eventually was on the Daily Show.
Oh.
And so I was like, did somebody say stuff to you? Te amo, mi amor. Te deseo todo.
Ay, that's my mommy.
Aww.
Te amo, mami. Oh, I love that she's here. Estamos pintando, mami.
That's so sweet.
So this person wrote a blog.
Oh, right. And so he started talking about like how he took some class to get into commercial auditions, and so then I took the same class. And then he talked how he had a. I'm gonna add some green to this dress. I don't care. I just want it.
Yeah. Yes, I'm seeing my colors, and some are more exciting than the ones in the picture.
I know, me too.
That's what's happening.
Also, I don't like the white belt. I want a black belt.
I love that for you. Did you see her ankles are so unstable? The proportions make no sense.
Did you see Barbie? I liked it.
Yes, I loved it.
So, yeah. So when I saw all of that, I started doing all that sort of stuff because I was always embarrassed to admit that I wanted to act because it felt like such a lofty goal. It's not like
embarrassed because like it didn't seem probable, and you were embarrassed to tell people that.
Yeah, and I thought they'd be thinking like, you think you're going to be an actor, which admittedly was a thing to think.
But when you were in UCB for so long, like, what is the goal really? Like, okay, SNL, like, is that most people's sort of space when they're there? Yeah,
It is
great.
And I would have loved to have been on SNL, but
did you ever audition?
Huh?
Did you ever audition?
Yeah, I did.
How many?
I did like a showcase with all of these crazy people. It was like Kate McKinnon and Aubrey Plaza and Ellie Kemper and Nate Lang, who was in that movie, the drumming movie with that. What's his face? Oscar for?
Yes. Damien Chazelle wrote it.
Whiplash.
Yeah.
And Charlie Sanders, Bobby Moynihan was already on.
Okay.
But
he was there. He was there for a while.
And I did like my impression was like Fred Schneider, and I just I wasn't ready, and like I just read Ellie Kemper's book, and she talks about that audition, and then like she talks about how they called her to 30 Rock, and she had this audition and met with Lauren Michaels, and she didn't know what he was saying and all this sort of stuff, and I was like, wow, that is so different from my experience.
I did not. Wow.
My experience was a little different than
Did you go on expecting something, like expecting an experience of the sort?
No, actually, I didn't. I remember because I also auditioned for Mad TV.
Oh, yes, I love that.
I actually screen tested for Mad TV. Like, they flew me out to LA and everything. And I was much more nervous for Mad TV because I was like, I have a shot of getting on Mad TV, but I knew I had no shot of getting on SNL because at the time, like, you just couldn't get on SNL and be, like, obviously gay. And all of my characters were really obviously gay. And so it was like, I knew it wasn't going to happen.
Oh, shit.
So I wasn't even really nervous, and I didn't expect to get a call back. I was just kind of having fun in that show, which was fine.
You were not having fun?
No, I was. My
mean,
whole job is to have fun. That's all I have to do, and
that is your job.
I had fun.
Oh, good. Did you experience this sort of like limitation often? Like, was that just the truth of the time?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That was sort of that's what people would tell you was the truth of the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in a showcase for CBS for like a diversity showcase with
yeah, I know about this.
With like, I was in it with like Nicole Byer and John Milheiser and Allison Rich and Stephen Guarino. Well, he was the year before. Anyway.
I just love hearing like parenthesis, like how long the people that we know have been going for, and like, you know,
yeah.
it's a journey.
It's important to remember that because like
it's so important.
I remember one time I was watching Ellen DeGeneres.
Yes.
She had on she had on Edie Falco.
Uh-huh.
Edie Falco like made some joke about like, ugh, I waited tables too many years, and Ellen DeGeneres said like, but aren't you happy that you had that experience because like it teaches you to whatever, like be nice to waiters or something.
Oh my god, I mean,
I was like,
yes.
I was like, well, I kind of already was nice to waiter, but
yeah.
And Falco, bless her heart, she was like, no.
Oh, good.
I was a waiter for 12 years. I don't want to be a I didn't want to be a waiter. I wanted to be an actor. And it's so true. It's like the people who romanticize the day jobs are people that got famous when they were 25. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're like the time I was waiting tables at 17.
Right, exactly. Right, at my local crab shack or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I think there was this really beautiful quote from Judy Chicago. It was kind of a read, but they asked her, she's an artist. She did the dinner table. It's that amazing dinner table that Brooklyn the plates that look like vaginas and stuff like that.
Amazing.
And
yes.
They said like, who are the artists that you really like admire right now? And she was like, honestly, I'm not into like whoever's the hot young thing. I'm into people who have careers, who have like long careers. And I was like, yeah, exactly.
Oh
That's
my
so
God.
beautiful.
And it really is about like enjoying each part of it, you know, and not just aching for something.
Right.
Because
Like gratitude thing. You got to be grateful for where you are. Otherwise, you'll never be happy ever.
Yeah. I know. I mean, yes. Wait, what was the first job you got that you were like, oh my God, I'm a working actor? I just got paid to do acting.
It was a TV show.
Yes.
A French show on MTV called Boiling Points.
Boiling
Points. And it was a French show where you went on and you like they had a hidden camera and you pretend to be really bad at doing customer service or whatever.
Oh my God!
And then if a person was mad, they lost. If they like yelled at you, they lost.
How
and
do
if
you
they
lose? How do you lose?
Well, if
Shame?
you did, I guess if you lose if you show boundaries. If you it's inappropriate, I don't want to deal with it, then you lose. And if you don't lose, then you won $100.
Oh, what's the better person?
Exactly.
So, this is not going to get into that. That is, when was that?
That was in 2004. And they would pay me $1,000 a day, which was like, oh my God.
Yeah, of course.
No residuals. No, it's like why we're striking.
Yeah.
And of course, it was like $1,000 a day, but like I only did whatever 10 a year or something like that, so it was not enough to live off of.
No.
But I made.
But
it was
money. It was regular income.
Yes, and I was not an actor. Yeah, I mean it was also kind of awful. It was like my nightmare job because I hate conflict, but.
Oh my God, that's really hilarious.
But that's what I did, and that was the first time. That would have been 2002, 2003, like that.
Did you ever? I know you did. So I guess tell me about the one that impacted you the most. But like a creative project that you thought of, championed, saw through, a show you wrote. Like, is there one creative project that is sort of like before and after Jeff? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I I sold the show and we made a sizzle reel out of it.
Yes.
That was exciting, and I loved doing that. But I think but in the end, I just sort of felt beat down by it.
Why?
I mean, like, okay, I know how to write, and I'm proud of myself for writing, but it also made me feel like,
Like that was your only choice? Like you had to?
well, just like Hollywood sucks, you know?
Yes. But in the creating of it, like, what did you learn?
Well, what I was going to say is that's not really my answer. My answer, I think, would be when because I was in LA.
Yes.
Right up here. I actually, right after up here, I moved back to New York because I had been in LA for 4 years, and I moved there to be a TV star.
Yes.
It didn't go well.
Mm-hmm.
The blush is so hard. Oh,
The blush is hard. I'm on this. I don't think I'm gonna. This skirt takes too much time.
I know. It's incredible. I really it. I also
Can I see how you're doing? Can we see how you're doing? I'll show you mine. Oh my God! You're so fast.
See, this is why I'm not a good drawer.
I'm like, oh, look at the one line. Okay.
But
Coming.
drawer because I don't you know.
No, I just like put the pedal to the metal. No, it's just that I love hearing your stories. So what was your real answer then?
Oh, so I moved back to New York, and I was really down. I mean, all this other stuff happened too. My mom died, and I was you know, I didn't have any friends here.
In New York.
In New York, because they'd all moved to LA, and so I was really depressed. But so I wrote a solo, like, cabaret show.
Oh.
And that
What was it about?
you feel like, okay, I can create. I'm proud of this work. I like what I've done.
I can stand by it.
I stand by it, and I actually don't love the length of this dress. I wish it were either just a little shorter or completely down to the ground.
You should really alter it to your heart's desire. Also, I read someone would buy your artwork, so like, excuse me. Don't throw it away.
Of course. Or maybe they mean this. Maybe they mean my artwork.
No, I think they mean your artwork. I made this Mary Poppins when I first got to LA.
Oh, it's lovely.
And now she comes with me everywhere.
Have you moved a lot since you first got to LA?
I just twice. But I used to live with one of my best friends. Her name is Melita, and she got married, so she moved next door, and then she got successful enough where she doesn't need to be in LA, and so she moved to Austin to get a decent house for a decent price.
My sister lives in Austin.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Wait, what was your show about? Wait, my brother lives in Austin.
Really?
A moment. Yeah.
Look at us.
Yeah, let's go party in Austin. we have places to sleep. Okay, what was your show? What was your cabaret show about?
It was called Grief Bacon, and it was
Grief,
GRIEF Bacon.
Grief Bacon.
I had done this like nutrition coaching program.
Yes.
And they gave you like all of these different things every day, and one of them was like emotional overeating, and the Germans have a word for it, and it's Kummerspeck, and the direct translation is grief fat or grief bacon. And so I had gained all this weight, and I was trying to lose weight at that time, and it was because my mom had died, but it was funny, and I did this whole piece about I didn't do her clutch. Oh, how horrible.
I didn't do her. Oh, I could still.
Could you?
But
I
it's
could,
like a circular clutch.
circular? Yeah, mine's gonna have to be navy instead of white.
Yeah, just like a black, like a statement black Sharpie clutch. And oh my God, I love grief bacon. I am grief bacon too. Wow.
And it was also about not being successful. I had just turned 40. I was really sad, and felt like I felt like 40 to me felt like this age where, like, if it was going to happen, it would have happened, and it hadn't happened. Yeah. So I was really depressed. My stand-up joke was always, how many times have you seen a BuzzFeed listicle that says the top 50 actors you've never heard of under 50? It doesn't happen.
Oh my God. I've had that feeling too.
Yeah.
I had a manager tell me, if you're in your 30s, you can't pretend to be a leading woman. Like, you can't pretend to come into, this was in Mexico, but it was like, no, o sea, you're not gonna, it's too late to be a star. So I was like, I guess you're not my manager. I guess we're not gonna work together.
Yeah, really.
He was trying to put me in writer's room and stuff, and trying to like take me away from acting. But I was like, I don't even, shut up.
Yeah. Shut up.
Shut up. What would you say there was any sort of gift from, because I really am thrilled that the world finally has more access to the magic of Jeff Hiller. I'm very grateful that you didn't give up. And so would you say there was any gift in the time that it took? I know you just said Edie Falco was like, no, fuck that. But but was there anything that you were like, I became this person that is now ready for this whirlwind?
Yeah, I mean, you know, like, oh God, I really hate what I've done with her hair. I have a voice now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I know what's funny, and I know what I like and what I believe in, and I don't have to be like, it took me a really long time to know that I could be authentic and that people would like it.
Oh,
so,
please tell me more about this, please.
But I just feel like you can't, so often we think we have to we have to like bend ourselves into what other people will like, or other people will,
into what you think other people would like.
What you think other people will like. Exactly. And what they like is when you are you, when you are authentic and truthful. And it's not about being like, you know, like, I don't know, like, I feel like totally wear Spanx, but like own it. You know what I mean?
Oh, totally.
Like,
of course.
Like,
you but know. Also, don't wear Spanx. They just don't let you breathe. And like, it's been
if you want to, great. If you don't want to, awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And oh my God, I made this woman's hair terrible. I hate her hair.
Oh no, let me see your hair. Oh my God, you gave her a bob. You know what?
It's too thick.
I feel like I want to bring out my watercolors because they're so much faster. They just like fall.
Do it.
You're like meant to do
I'm
that.
Giving her low lights now. That'll help.
Yeah, it will. It will. It will give it dimension and volume.
She's got too much volume, but.
Oh, you're right. She does have. What if you make her longer?
Yeah, I'm trying that, but now she looks kind of like a Barbie, where it's like her hair is too much for her head.
Oh my God, I think I'm in the middle of an earthquake.
Are you serious?
Heat. Or like a very.
I go out? What happened? Was it the earthquake?
Dude, a full earthquake.
What was it? Earthquake?
It was big, and then I got a emergency alert, like earthquake detected. Take cover. I've never This is insane. I've never. Yes!
Quit during a hurricane?
We are gonna die. An earthquake.
Oh my God. But the earth and the hurricanes and the forest fires over there and over here, the flooding and the hurricanes and the Canadian smoke blowing down.
Seriously, the earth right now, it's just upset with us. It's just a little mad.
It is. And you know what? The earth has every right to be upset.
Right. Like, the earth has been very patient with us. I was just seeing, do you know
Earthquake, that's good. A hurricane.
Let me tell you, do you know the comedian Atsuko?
Chris Barron said that. What's that?
It's spelled Atsuko, but I think it's pronounced Atsuko. She's a Asian comedian with a bob. Hilarious. I love her. And she just posted how she went viral because an earthquake hit in the middle of her set. And her life sort of changed. And this is amazing. This is like a blessing. We got a hurricane. This is going to be a TV show on a network, on a nice paying, fair network. It's going to be great. Wow, that was crazy. Okay, my heart is settling back.
Wow. You know, I was once in this is your moment. I was once on the toilet when an earthquake happened. I was like, no, I don't want to go like this.
Was it number 2? Were you sitting down? Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, of course.
Oh my God. Oh God. I was almost like, you know, when you like, I don't know that this is where I should go, but this is where I'm going. You know, when you like sit down and you think you're gonna pee, well, you don't sit down, but like you're not prepared and you haven't allotted the amount of time to properly use the bathroom before you leave, and it makes you late. That's the only time in my life ever that I'm late.
That is really true. I often am like, why am I late? And I'm like, I had that second crap. But see, that's what I mean. I think a lot of people would be afraid to talk about the fact that they poop. Everybody poops. But there are so many people that like or think like you're not allowed to talk about that sort of stuff.
Yeah, there's this sort of like, because also it happens with like negative emotions, like when you're jealous and which to me, it's all constipation. It's all emotional constipation, food constipation, and like we need to let it out. All the crap. The crap needs to be expelled.
Oh, I know. Oh, listen.
Let it out. You don't want to. I mean, I'd rather be late than full of shit in an audition.
Yeah, they can smell it on you.
Holding it in weird and not present, or present but in a way that you did not meant to be.
Or, God forbid, you have to go there.
No. I do move earth, wind, and
not
fire
okay.
to poop in my own house. Sometimes it can't happen, but I do my best.
I respect that.
When I was little, I would always feel so embarrassed for the person that left the bathroom with poop smell. You know? And now I'm like, sometimes I have to be that person, and if there's kids around, I never get more embarrassed.
I know. Oh, it's so true. Or like when a kid just like when you're at somebody's house and they have kids and the kid just wants to come to the toilet while you're in there and you're like, no.
Wow, that has not happened to me ever. But... Really? It happened once babysitting, I guess, where I was like, go upstairs.
Yeah, exactly.
You can answer either one or both, okay? Most embarrassing thing you've auditioned for. I'll tell you mine. And an embarrassing audition story, or funny, memorable this is not going to happen audition moment?
Well, I auditioned for Short Bus, that movie Short Bus. Do you know that movie? It's a John Cameron Mitchell movie, and it was like there was actual sex in the movie, like
Wow.
not like simulated.
What?
But the movie, yeah, I know. I know. And I got a call back, and I was like, oh my God.
Did they tell you? Was that legal? Was that a thing that you could be like, oh, there's going to be penetration?
When you auditioned, they said, this is about, like, the Short Bus is like it wasn't called Short Bus, it was called, like, Untitled whatever, and it was all about, like, it was about intimacy, and they were going to improvise a script, and I was like, I do improv, I'll do it. And so I auditioned, and I thought, like, maybe I'll get a non-sexual role, you know? But they were casting non-sexual roles because they were, like, looking to get the people to improvise.
Like improv porn.
And then it was all about intimacy. If you see the film, it is like arty, but it is. But I was scared, and then we went to this party. It was like at a club, and they played like this big game of spin the bottle, and like I could tell they purposely put the bottle on me,
like production,
and to see if I was like willing to go there. And the guy like wanted to kiss me, and I was embarrassed and sad, and I was like, oh, I didn't get it. And then I was like, that's for the best. Baby. That's for the best. I don't want to get it. But that was like 2001 when I first moved to New York. So I was like, I'll take any job. But
oh my God, my soul. I auditioned to be a contestant on The Bachelor. And I didn't get it. I had to like explain why I am a great catch and do like poses. Oh my goodness. But it was live. I didn't do like an Elle Woods video. It was like in New York, but I stood in line in the Upper West Side with a bunch of women overdressed for the sidewalk. And it was just a very special day.
Oh my gosh, that is
because
a special type of humiliation. Were you wanting to fall in love, or were you just wanting exposure?
No, I seriously think they get to travel the world and have the most fun. I also was like, why am I still single? I'm amazing. Like, it was that point where I really thought I'd be married, and that was still in my mind as a goal of life. And it was very I don't think exposure was even a thing back then, because it was before, I mean, not before social media, but it didn't feel like right now where like you get on the show, you get followers. It didn't feel like that.
Right.
But I was also like super overweight, and it was just like an all around weird time in my life. I was doing eHarmony. Do you remember eHarmony? Oh, but anyway. And then it wasn't even like, it was that and like a weight loss, like, we'll film you for 6 months thing.
What?
Like,
and what will film you for 6 months?
The other, I guess, embarrassing thing that I auditioned for is that it was like a new diet, and they were gonna film me and pay me. And to me, I was like, I finally have,
that's
pay me to lose weight?
They would.
That would have. That sounds. I'm not embarrassed, actually. That's a great idea.
Yeah, I would have done that.
Right now.
I would audition for that tomorrow.
Please call us. We will lose weight on your dime. Oh my God. Would you right now have anything to say to look at you! That's amazing. Mine is just not. Mine's also really busty because I was really shocked by her proportions. So she's really wide, and then You know?
Yeah, she's fashion.
What?
Fashion.
She's fashion.
She's
She's
fashion.
fashion.
That's her body.
Okay. Last question for you.
Okay.
Oh no, I have two. I guess we'll start
Great.
with, do you have any rituals that you do pre-audition, pre-set, pre-stage, pre-show?
Not really. I meditate and journal every day, but I do that every day.
But you don't have like any sort of ritual before you step on stage to do it?
Like my solo show, I will run through like the first 5 to 10 minutes, and I'll try and run through the whole set in my head of being like, okay, then that leads to this, then that leads to that. But even that, like when I did a solo show,
You did a solo show off Broadway? Excuse me?
Yes, I was just in it. I just was in it. Do you know Drew Droege? I replaced Drew Droege off Broadway in this show called Bright Colors and Bold Patterns. He wrote it, and every night I would go on. I'd be like, oh, what are the words? What are the words? What are the words? But after, I don't know, a week of performances, I was like,
wow.
Okay, I got it.
Wow. So you don't have any like to be present. Murray
thinks. Oh, people are freaking crazy here.
Penetration.
People. What?
Theater queen penetration.
Theater queen.
Hi, Barry, you're amazing. Okay, my last question for you. It can be as deep as you want or not. What would you say right now, this beloved actor who's shining his light everywhere, what would you say to that Jeff that moved back, that was ready to let go of everything? This seems like an inner joke.
Murray have drag names, and my drag name is Vanessa Cassisi.
Wait, now I want to know about Vanessa. No, what would you say to, because like I'm so grateful you kept going. And I think a lot of people are. So what would you say? Because I feel like it's just a long journey career, and there's very low moments. And this is like my RuPaul Final Four question. Yeah, what would you say?
Show the kid, and they always like, you're gonna see some terrible things happen to you in your life.
You are going to be abused. No. Oh my God.
Well, what's interesting is I didn't really. I was sad that I didn't make it as a.
Like, oh, I didn't make it. I'm 40. I didn't make it.
I'm 40. I didn't make it. I'd spent 4 years in LA, trying desperately to, and I got some guest stars and some whatever there, but I never got a series regular, which is what I really wanted.
So when did Nightcat happen? Much later.
Nightcap happened right when I got back, but like that show, first of all, you're literally the only person who's ever mentioned it to me.
I think it's hilarious.
I love that. And I didn't even make. I did 20 episodes of that, and I didn't even make $100,000. It was not like a real. It was not a real show where they pay you money. You know what I mean? So it felt like fun, but it wasn't. No, because I still had to teach improv on the weekends. But the truth is, I never really did consider giving up. I thought, okay, I'm not going to be on a TV show, so I'm going to go find other ways to do this, because I had 20 years in at that point, and I had already tried a different career, and I didn't like it.
Yeah,
I kind of
didn't work.
Yeah, so I knew that I wanted to perform. And so I thought, well, maybe I'll have to get a job that's full time and just perform at night or whatever. But I never really, I mean, like I looked into grad school for, to maybe go into get my master's in public health. And I looked into what it took to be a substitute teacher. But like Google searches are not leaving the business. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, the quotes.
Yeah. So I knew I wasn't going to leave because I
love
it too much.
And what did you do to stay? Like, what were the projects that you're like, let me figure out my own stuff?
I started writing my own solo shows, like, because now, and they're really fulfilling. And it was really hard during the pandemic because I do find that I need an audience, a live audience, not a Zoom audience. Oh, what?
Did you love all 27?
We love all 25. Yeah. But I always, even if I have to do it for free, I'm always going to be
performing. I feel like we're also happy to hear that. Well, I love you so much. Thank you for sitting down with me.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for letting me draw this thing. I'm sorry her hair looks...
I want it.
I will. I'll keep it.
And I hope you use it. I got it to you on purpose. Like, this is mine, and I on it every day.
Oh my God! You brought good stuff.
Good stuff. Look, I did Mickey this week.
It's like so.
I know.
Oh my
it
God!
takes not 1 hour. It takes like days.
Right.
Thank you. I love doing it. When I turned 35, I was like, this year, I'm going to be wild. And to me, that means art. Painting. That is wild. Mickey Mouse, Fred and Ice.
What?
Wild.
I love that definition of wild.
It's like prismacolor. Wild.
Prismacolor.
Well, I love you. I'm not gonna keep you any longer. Have so much fun at your show tonight. Please keep your...
Thank you. I'm gonna walk my dog before so she can go TTs and Papas, and then I'm gonna go do
have fun.
So it was
I
so
hope
nice.
This painting opened your mind for wild improv. Okay, great.
I think it did. I'm so bad compared to even just your beginning.
Guys, thank you for joining. I love you. Have so much fun. And I'm going to do this every Sunday, Jeff. I'm so excited. It's the best idea I've ever had in my life. Thank you.
Have so much fun next week. I hope everyone continues to join.
My mother. You just click. Bye, everyone.
Or press the X.
You're welcome.